Hello everyone, I'm Trix and welcome back to Manga Goblin once again. Yep, it's the school day special, the 10 YouTube subscriber, so thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. So let's get into this. The epic dumpster fire that is School Days originally started with a visual novel. There are several spin-offs including Island Days, Camp Days, and I think Cross Days. None of those are important here. This is purely only going to be the manga that ran in Compase from May 2006 to September 2007. It's illustrated by Sakazuki Homare, who does a really good job of keeping the characters consistent chapter to chapter. He's also really good on the small details such as expressions, yandere mode, anger, upset, fainting, etc, etc. Nothing bad can be said about the artwork in this manga at all. In fact, it is probably the only saving grace of the manga itself. The three characters are pretty much the same as they are in other formats, although Makoto here is more sympathetic than his anime or the visual novel counterpart. He still is a womanizing asshole and doesn't really deserve any sympathy whatsoever, even though the first couple of chapters and the last chapter try to repair the character by giving him some introspection. It's purely too late and too little to save anything inside. Sekkai is the short-haired bratty character. She's also his niece because Sekkai's mother is the daughter of Makoto's father. So basically he's her uncle and a half-sister in some media. I'm not sure how that works, but it's just the data that I have. Sekkai is basically the only character in the manga that comes off ahead. She's less annoying in this version, but she's more dangerous in this version. And looking at Kotonoha compared to her in this version, well, she deserved to win. I guess you can call it a win if you survive. Kotonoha is massively popular. She was even given a VTuber event on the 24th of December 2020. The model was absolutely atrocious though, and looked like it was stretched to oblivion in some sort of weird putty way, but it was massively popular and it got masses and masses of audience, so maybe we'll see more, maybe we won't. The character is extremely sheltered in this as well as other media. I think her father is more controlling in the manga. I didn't get that from the anime, and I certainly didn't get that from the game playing it years and years ago. Basically, Kotonoha is the type of yandere that explodes once she's under so much pressure. And she does this here, but it's not as lethal in this media as it is in other ones. Basically, she is the only character in the manga that dies. And if you think this is bad for spoiling a manga that's over 14 years old, well, I'm sorry, but those are the breaks. It's 14 years old. The only part of the character that is different is I think she's portrayed as less womanly here. She's more like boring and wooden in this media than in others. Okay, 2 points to go on. So this is the trivia. All the characters are named after prime ministers in Japan. I think it's from about the 1800s to about 1930s. So we have Makoto is named after Ito Hironobu. Katsura Kotonoha is named after Katsura Taro. And Seiyonji Sekkai is named after Seiyonji Kinomochi. In closing, ultimately the manga is very different. It's not great, honestly, and it's not something that I would ever recommend to someone who does not really love the series. The only saving grace, as I have said, is the artwork. So, total score of School Days, the manga, is 2 out of 5 screaming teacups. It's that bad. Again, artwork, that's the only 2 points. That's it. It is awful, it is a dumpster fire, it is a trash fire. Even the token swimsuit chapter or the token beach chapter can't save an abomination such as this. I'm not going to recommend it at all. Don't read it unless you're a massive fan of School Days. That's it. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the even more annoying, worst manga ever that I read, and I was really enjoying up until a certain point. If you haven't guessed, yep, it's Domestic Girlfriend. That's the next one. Okay, have a nice time and bye bye.